The suffering of Job has almost become a kind of byword along with his patience. But there's something about Job that is more impressive than his suffering or his patience in the face of it. And that is this ability that comes through from time to time in the book of Job, where he has incredible insight. And I think that one moment of that is what we find in chapter 19. He's got these three friends that keep saying their different things, and he tries to answer them, each of them in turn. And then Eliud, the young guy, comes along and says all his stuff, and then God himself speaks. But even as Job is answering these so-called comforters, he comes out with some incredible things. And I want to read this, and I just want to reflect on it with you today. It's chapter 19, and it's verses 25 to 27. He says, I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand on the earth. And after my skin has been destroyed, yet in my flesh I will see God. I myself will see him with my own eyes, I and not another. How my heart yearns within me. This really, really speaks to me. I know that we're told in John's first letter that when we see him, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Right now, I do feel I see the Lord, because we're told that we're to fix our eyes on Jesus as we run the race. We're to lift up our eyes and look. But there's something that revelation brings home to our hearts. This kind of revelation that Job has here. I know that my Redeemer lives. He's so certain, isn't he? And that in the end he will stand on the earth, which means a great sight of victory in a world that's fallen and chaotic. We know that in the end, God rules and God reigns. That's amazing. And after my skin has been destroyed, yet in my flesh I will see God. I myself will see him with my own eyes, I and not another. And then, how my heart yearns within me. There's something about living this Christian life that is just incredible. You know, we are meant to live with a sense of certainty and confidence. And I know that God gives that. I know that my Redeemer lives. And yet I also know that there's a yearning in my heart that I don't want to switch off. You know, there have been moments when some people have been so confident in their salvation, it's almost like there's nothing left to yearn for. But I do trust that as you know that your Redeemer lives and that he will stand victorious on the earth, that there's still a yearning in your heart, even in the place where you know that you want to just know more. You don't just want to know about, you want to know him in all his fullness and in his glory. I look forward to what it says in 1 John when it says, when we see him, we shall be like him, because we shall see him as he is. And then it says, whoever has this hope purifies themselves. So I think that Job in this statement, even as he was making it, there was something purifying that was going on the inside of him. I want you to take hold of this sense of both knowing and yearning, and to allow it to work a purifying in your heart and in your mind, just as I'm believing for that to take place in my heart and in my mind.